I feel as though due diligence is achieved by talking about a thing a lot rather than by experiencing it a lot. I know.
By that definition, a lot of grandfathers are like they're working for the army as they talk about their war stories back in the 40s.
I mean, go ahead, Taylor. Well, that's true. But on the other hand, it's possible to render narratives about life that work much more effectively than the example you gave. Right? I can't know the experience of being in World War II by talking about it, but I can process through the experience of being in World War II by talking about it, at least somewhat, cause its experience to be reframed into different meanings and be reflected as identity, a part of my identity that manifests differently one way or the other. There's something specific. There's another specific thing that you mentioned that I have the same experience of. Now I can't stop noticing it, but it's kind of a gross thing, so I don't want to mention it. I don't want to say specifically. Hopefully, you know what I'm referencing. Okay, it's the front of the bowl thing. When it's disgusting, and I guess I just didn't really notice before or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, sweet jumps, of course. Yeah. Well, see, and sweet jumps are really, honest to God, not a big part of my life. It's something I appreciate getting from Cameron, and it kind of like some sweet jumps and shooting some geese occasionally. Uh, that would fulfill all my SE needs, except for, of course, sexual intercourse. So that is why I got to lock down a woman for that purpose, and then have sexual intercourse with her, and shoot geese with Theodore, and do sweet jumps with Cameron. No, I can't see you.
Now, are you going to eat the geese or just shoot them?
I would like to cook the geese over an open fire, and if it turns out like, all it requires to cook the geese is to like stick a stick in it and burn away the feathers and then just cook it like that and eat it, then fine. If I got a whole bunch of fucking work to get the geese ready to be cooked, that seems unfair.
Okay. I went with my neighbor skeet shooting and we shot bits of clay.
Did you eat them after you killed them?
No, we did not.
That's pointless slaughter, Cameron.
True.
What I'd like is to be a colonialist in the sense that I'd have some native youths to like go get it after I kill it. I shoot it, and then they go run out and get it. They clean it. They get the fire set up. They get me some sticks that have already been sharpened, and they push the goose onto the stick for me. And then I sit there and put it over the fire and go, I am the chef.
No, that you're scoutmaster. Just
I'm the chef.
Become troop leader.
I'm the hunter and the chef. And I only do the parts that are fun. Pull this trigger.
There he is.
And then pull the trigger and then put the meat on the stick. I don't have to put it on the stick. Somebody else done that. I just get to do the cooking part. And then I have to, like, let's say I go, I think it needs a dab more salt. I'll put it over here and they'll put a dab of salt on it for me. And I'll go like that. That would be the ideal way to process the goose shooting experience. But unfortunately,
I didn't hear. Do you clean the goose? You don't clean the goose.
no. I'm saying that I'd like to be a colonial style person or an imperialist, where I have native youths who run off and pick it up for me, clean it out,
Oh, you
start
want
the fire
bitches.
for me.
You want some bitches.
Start the fire for me, and then put the meat on the stick, and then hand me a stick so I can be the chef and put it over the fire.
But if it were just him, he just wanted to burn it, feathers and all,
Yeah,
because he didn't want to take any.
I don't want to have to
time
pluck
with
it. You know, I don't want to pluck it. But I might want to make the fire myself. I said I'd have them make the fire, but probably would want to make the fire myself.
You for
Because I
sure
have the
would.
fire against flames of Yellow's truth with me, so it's fun to make fire when you have this.
It is fun. Where'd mine go?
The coolest guy gets to make the fire, so we're going to make sure that.
I like that. That would be I would go with just end it with the first sentence, Cameron. Cameron
All right.
expressed the camping lore of the coolest guy gets to make the fire.
Sort of.
I
I made it a rule that only one guy got to make it, then it would all of a sudden make that guy have extra coolness.
It
Summer camp's
does.
a weird thing.
You can do a lot with fire in terms of coolness. It can be a sweetness substitute for bike jumping. If you can't jump bikes, you can still make fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I used to be quite fond of fire, but I gave it up eventually.
I want everybody to note, actually, as Cameron says things, I've noted he says a lot of SI things, right? He'll talk about things referenced from the past. So,
Who's sweet now?
Oh,
well,
are we gonna have a blow off in here?
So, I think it's interesting to note because we don't have a lot of ISTJs around. Cameron's very practical in his examples and less like active in his creation of new stuff off of stuff that's already happened. So, whereas I tend to not reference past shit so much and be stuck up here in the make-believe land where Taylor goes, okay, that may be logically consistent, but you made it all up. He tends to think that makes it like less
Not
real or
good
something.
to apply. Yeah, it does make it less real, actually. That's literally what exactly it does.
It makes it
I would
more
just like to
metaphysical.
point out the very realness of my fire superiority. I would flick my lighters, but I've only got 2 hands and I've got 3 torches.
You could be first to burn down your house.
But I haven't done that yet.
Now, I think that I was sort of molded in college to think and argue a certain way. This could be an argument against college because I had classes where they said, look, you're going to write a paper. It's going to be based on this chapter in California history. The paper has to be only 3.5 pages long, double spaced. Maybe it was single spaced. I don't recall.
Double.
You can't have your opinion in it at all. You just have to paraphrase everything in the whole chapter. And if you mention anything that's your own opinion or you allude to anything else, then you're marked down. You can't even turn it in that way. You have to keep redoing it.
Well, that's
And you're
editorialization.
What's that?
I mean, you were taught a journalistic style of writing, which is a good thing to know how to do, but it's, I don't know. Go on.
Well, creativity was stamped out.
I mean,
Like,
is that
creativity
the
was-
only way that you were taught to write? Or was that, because I was taught the same way to write, but not as the only way to write, as more of an exercise in
Hold on. Can I meta
Just-
up before you answer, Cameron? Because
Yeah.
this is the thing I was saying. Everybody pay attention to what Cameron does because he does it whether he is aware of
Not
what
mentioning the past in college.
he when he talks about anything, he talks about it first and foremost and thoroughly through a past example you can reference. And then Taylor's like, yeah, but what does that mean? And does it mean this and that and the other? And can I challenge it in this way and the other way? Whereas Cameron is just saying, this thing relates to this meaning because he exists in this SI framework where he likes to talk about, he understands things through examples of them that have occurred already. Whereas Taylor and I understand things through what Taylor just did, which is finding distinctions between what's being said and other possibilities. Thoughts, Taylor?
No more thoughts necessary.
I don't like that.
You gave a human emoji. It looks like that.
You don't like that.
Yeah. See,
You don't. You
probably-
wouldn't like that. Yeah,
you probably think
I
that's,
enjoyed
that-
the NI.
Okay. Do you consider that a
Fucking, which way are you going? A second forward or second back?
you have to
A second
I
back.
don't even,
All right.
I don't
There
even
we go.
know. God damn it. Okay, fine. I'll go faster. Fine. Fuck it. So the point is, which fucking thing is the thing that I just said? What's the question I even asked? I don't even remember now. Yeah! How frustrating is that? Oh my god. So frustrating.
Okay, I'm back. Fucking Brandon last night was tinkering with my internet, which apparently I have set up all fucking wrong because I did it myself. So it is wrong, for sure. But he didn't complete fixing it enough.
I see. So I don't remember what I was saying to you. I do agree that I do remember saying I'll go faster, but I don't know if I actually will. I'll try to. But I remember the original question. Do you remember the question that came before that? And if so, can you answer it directly without me prompting any further than this? Go.
Cameron, what was the question before it?
Come on.
Do you remember it?
No, I don't have the question.
He probably wasn't really paying attention. I don't know.
I was paying some attention, but no.
Yeah, he's not an INFJ. You know that, right?
He's an ISTJ.
Maybe. Anyways, I don't remember your question that I didn't hear. It's on. Everything's on you, unless one of the 10 commenters noticed it.
Oh, for the love of God.
Isn't this all being recorded? Can't we just
We
rewind?
could, but the problem is you can't rewind. It's not yet Magic Sky Friend.
Oh,
It would be
man.
great if it were Magic Sky Friend, that it would publish with a 10-second delay.
Well, yeah, like SI Mommy.
Yeah. So, but it's not Magic Sky Friend. Eventually, maybe it will become that, and that'll be great. In the meantime, we have to try to either remember the general area of discussion or change topic entirely.
We talked about killing geese. We were talking about different S's. We were talking about fire. We were talking about how you are going to go a second faster.
Oh,
or you
what's
say
more
you are.
real? What's more real? You were saying that your shit's more real because it has a physical component, and I'm saying no, your shit's less real because it's not as metaphysically real. Therefore, it's less real to me.
Okay, you see instantly the chink in that armor, don't you?
Well, I mean, the thing is, calling something real is to say we prioritize it as more significant and more impactful because it is X. And I'm saying there's no reason to prioritize physical over metaphysical. And if you're going to claim that your particular version of it is better because it's both, and mine's worse because it's one, then you'll have to account for the total number of units of each. And if they equal the same, then why would yours be more real than mine?
If something is metaphysical and real, something can be either or. It can be both, but I don't think there's varying degrees of something as a concept. This is not a concept. That was not a concept. That was very real in SE when she kicked over my torch. but it wasn't conceptual. You live in concepts that have almost no reality. However, when something has both, then you don't need to measure them.
What about the death of my dog Compton? Is that real? I have no physical experience of it. I only have narrative experience of it.
You did have physical experience of it. You just didn't recognize it as such. The physical experience of Compton dying was you found your dog dead, or
No,
you
that
didn't.
wasn't
You
racist,
came home.
no. That's
Okay,
why
so
he
you came
Compton.
home to no dog. The physical experience is the absence of Compton.
Okay, but look, Delilah's not here right now. Does that mean she's dead?
No, because her physical presence is not extinguished. She can be, conceptually, metaphysically. You understand that physically, she's there.
Okay, but in other words, she's not physically here, but conceptually she's different than if she were dead.
Conceptually, the possibility of her being physically there is not gone. The metaphysical possibility of making Compton physical is gone.
Okay, but my physical reality in the moment is identical whether Delilah is dead or alive. Correct?
Your metaphysical identity changed. Yes, physically, she is not here, and neither is Compton. So physically, in isolation, those are the same. However, to get that level of isolation, you need to ignore a lot of other factors that it would be illogical to ignore. You can't just say, well, these other things don't matter when they are in fact connected.
Okay, but where are we drawing the line between physical and metaphysical? Because what I'm saying is the difference between my daughter being dead right now and alive is purely conceptual, because the physical experience of this moment would be identical were she alive or dead, except for things that I would know differently.
That's correct. But the metaphysical experience is based on your understanding that the physical experience is permanently different. Your metaphysical meaning is coming out of a physical revelation. Mate.
But it's it's the knowledge of the fact that you won't be able to access anything.
Them physically.
Here's a problem. No, here's the problem with death. You can't falsify claims that people are still alive with any meaningful sense except through evidence and shit like that. What does that mean? In other words, can I?
It's metaphysical, but it's all based on physical evidence. So, I mean,
everything is. But see, if you want to say that, then you keep claiming my shit that is all made up and I have no connection. No, it does have a link to the physical world. It's just most of it exists for some distance from that link. You know, it's like
a bigger distance, like a really far distance.
Right.
It's removed from the physical world and gone into extroverted intuition. It is no longer based on experience or observation. It's based on conceptualization. So conceivably, we could resurrect. I mean, I'm Yalor. I'm not Jesus. I don't bring people or dogs back from the dead. But hypothetically, it would be conceptually possible.
Oh, I resurrect all the time.
Look,
don't interrupt.
Thank you, Taylor. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I was talking to the chicken.
Yeah, I know. I know. Fucking man. 3 things happened.
Do we want to crank out S discussion, or are we doing that now?
Let's keep talking. Am I recording even? Let's start recording if I'm not. This is good stuff for sure. I'm not recording, of course. I mean, Robert was recording, so whatever.
But then you got to edit videos, and I don't know how to do that.
No, I don't got to edit. We got to just fucking bust it through one topic. Boom. Keep on task.
Okay.
Let's
Cameron.
On task always.
Can you play that role?
Yeah.
Of remembering what we're supposed to be talking about? No, Cameron.
Oh, you want me to remember what you guys are talking about?
Yeah. You pay attention to what we talk about, and if we forget and we ask you, what did we say a little while ago? You tell us. Can you do that job?
Possibly.
All right.
We want to talk about sensing, ENTPs and sensing. We don't want to end up talking about hot dogs.
We can't hear you right now.
Yeah, he can't hear you though. I can't actually have him hearing you. I gotta put these headphones on because
Okay,
otherwise
that's
we're
fine.
gonna get bad echoes. All right, so let's move forward.
Just tell them to just smile and look pretty.
Taylor says, "Just smile and look pretty." Okay, here we go.
I always do that.
Hello, friends. Talking to people. Oh, Zerger, Taylor, and we are talking about S's. How come we have conflicting S's constantly at battle, and why is his S so much more on offense than my S in general, metaphysically or within the model, so to speak? I would say that there's a active assertiveness towards your S saying my S is better versus my S saying, but I want hugs or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's right. And you had mentioned something earlier about like how I grew up without SI or in a non-SI heavy environment, and that I think. Well, I also don't have a lot of FI, so I can't actually know objectively if it's true or not. But as a concept, it works very well that I didn't grow up in an SI valuing or even prevalent environment, and that my SI seeking would be through an SC pleasure gaining and displeasure attacking.
Say the last bit again. Something pleasure attacking? What pleasure attacking?
I attack displeasure. Things that are
displeasure attacking.
Things that are unpleasant get attacked.
Right.
So that then at least you get back to neutral of no pleasure, no displeasure.
Whereas
then you can add in the SC pleasure, and it's kind of a substitute for SI. That makes sense as a concept.
For me, things that are unpleasant get either attacked or ignored, depending on the type of unpleasantness. If it's FE unpleasant, it gets ignored or avoided, probably. If it's TI unpleasant, it gets attacked.
TI for sure warrants the most attacking. Although I attack FE things too. You can attack FE with TI pretty well.
I'm more FE sensitive than you by a considerable margin. I'm like careful more than you are, I think. But I actually think that I probably end up landing more punches because I talk so much more.
Right. You also have more air balls.
But and a lot of times I'm landing punches, but I'm trying not to land punches, and I'm
it's a funny thing to watch you to not quite catch it and not drop it either.
Yeah, it's an ongoing struggle. Anyway, that's something I think I can generally continue to overcorrect my way back and forth down a straight line eventually over time.
But to the extent that we're talking about S's and staying on topic, and ENTPs are SI seeking, it would make a lot of sense for me to have through nature learned to seek SI through SE in a vicarious manner. And you, who I don't remember your mom's type, but she was one of the comforting ones.
ISFJ.
Right. You try to directly pull some comfort in SI stuff to you.
And I think you interpret what you see in me a strong seekage of something, which is SI.
Sounds gross.
SI. Yeah, seekage is a weird word, right? Is that actually a word? Regardless,
it is now.
A seekage of SI, but you interpret it through your own framework as your own version of an ENTP who fulfills that same fundamental need, but fulfills it through SE. You interpret it for me through that framework. So you're like, well, all you got to do is fuck a bunch of bitches and get a bunch of guns, and you'll be super happy. It's like you're obviously not SE enough, Eric. Have you compared yourself to me lately? But I think that ultimately what I actually want is the SI that I seek, and that is a way to. I think it's been extremely liberating to learn all that shit from you, like in terms of trying to keep people at arm's length a little bit, or trying to.
There's another component there, which is when SI is actively given to me, it generally coincides with a cleanliness that's invasive. So that's not necessarily the case, but they're correlated enough that yeah, I feel anxiety about you getting clinged to.
Well, to me, the problem is not clinginess, which I don't mind at all, really, but it's bossiness. The risk is bossiness to me, and the thing is, I don't mind. It is a tricky line to walk because being SI seeking means I want to be bossed in certain very specific areas that have to do with the shit I don't want to deal with and my own personal, like eating and keeping warm and stuff like that. I don't want to deal with all that stuff. I want somebody else to be the boss of that. I will be compliant and follow instructions in all those areas to facilitate me not having to deal with it at all. And then in other areas, I need her to not be bossy where I need her to not be bossy. The tricky ground is an FE shit. She'll inevitably think.
How do I demonstrate that I need to be totally dominant while maintaining my equality?
Was that what the question I'm asking?
I think that that's a conflict that you have that you don't even acknowledge. Like I said, there's only 2 other people I've ever met who, when we go places together, I know we're both taking separate cars because neither one of us is going to ride shotgun.
But it's not for the reason you think. It's because I don't like riding in the car because.
Hold on. What? Okay. Thanks.
It's not an FE thing. It's a. Most people that I ride with, I end up being like, "You're driving wrong." And in my head, I don't say it to them, like, but I think you're driving wrong. You're doing this dumb. It's making me uncomfortable because it's wrong, and I don't like it.
Not confirming what I just said.
Well, because I'm clarifying that this thing you're talking about is not an FE thing. Like I drive because I'm alpha male. It's I don't like the way that other people drive, and I'm very persnickety.
Whether it's FE or TI, it's still the problem is that you're not doing it the proper way. You're just doing it the improper way, and whatever. Anyway. However you justify it, it's still a dominance thing.
But it's an SES, and again SESI. For me, it's an SI thing, which is being persnickety about my SI shit. For you, it's an SE thing, which is demanding that you be the actor.
Well, ultimately, if someone's driving wrong, and the way to resolve that is by not letting them drive, you're demonstrating SE dominance.
But I'm avoiding discomfort. I'm avoiding discomfort. I'm not doing that.
By doing what? By fighting the thing that's making you discomfortable or uncomfortable.
By not putting myself in a situation where I might be made uncomfortable.
Which typically plays out as you drive, they ride, you just dominated the discomfort.
Yes, but not for dominance purposes.
It doesn't matter.
My selfishness is motivated by SI, not SE, not FE.
But if we had been arguing this in a different way, if I had been claiming SI instead of SE, you'd fall back to TI.
Not in this instance. SI is clearly
what it is in the cars. They're doing it wrong. There clearly is a right and a wrong way too.
But that's not what I think about driving. I think
that you're doing it wrong. Your SI dictates that you need to squirm around until you find.
You picked a bad one. You picked a bad one to do this, Don. You could do this on a lot of things, but this one is not true because it's totally an SI thing. I think my car is the most SI fucking place in the world. I don't like this.
Your car's a nightmare.
It's an SI. It's a reflection of SI. That's my whole experience with the car is a reflection of SI. Why don't I want to ride in your car? It's not because I want to be dominant and drive. It's because I want to make sure I have my lighter and my thing and my blah blah and my blah blah and my blah blah because I'm super persnickety.
That's funny. Your car probably. I've got a theory that's called I call it passenger seat theory. If you want to know about someone, look at their passenger seat after they've been on a long drive. Fuck.
look at their passenger seat after they've been in a long
Hold
drive?
on. Hold on. I had an internet fucker. If after someone's been on a long drive, or even an hour or so, look at the passenger. Fuck this shit,
Look at their passenger seat and what?
motherfucker.
You're gonna look at the passenger seat and see if there's some poop that's left there. Have they taken a poop on the passenger seat? We're gonna
To
see.
get aggressive on this internet discomfort here.
What are we looking for on the passenger seat, Taylor?
I'm back. Maybe. Who's down here loading? I'm kicking that person because they're fucking up my internet vibe. Sorry, dude.
I like that.
All right,
Okay.
I'm doing better now.
So the question is, what are you looking for on the passenger seat after they've been on a long drive?
It doesn't matter. You're not looking for something particular. You're observing what's there.
Okay.
I typically, when I'm done with the drive, I've got my cigarettes. I've probably got a gun sitting there. I've got the CDs that I've been listening to or changing in and out. I've got all my mobile devices, my selfie stick, and whatever else I utilize during that time period. But the point is that whatever you do when you've got more or less a bunch of dead time, ends up in one consolidated pile right there. Unless you're Eric, in which case it ends up everywhere and it accumulates indefinitely.
Yeah, right. I've got
He
several
says
different
grabbing.
places I can put there. So, like, this is a good place for ginger ale. This is ginger ale.
Yeah, that's antique car ginger ale. It might be fermented by now. Be careful with that.
3:30. I gotta get ready to go. Cameron,
What's
I wanna
involved
thank
in
you for
that?
stopping by.
It's been a pleasure.
Should we metaphysically get ready? Do you know the meaning of what you have to get?
Ready. That's what I gotta get. What do I got to get? I get ready.
We could parse out the TE steps you'll need to take.
That would be a useful process, no doubt. You want to know what TE? Oh, I want to say
It would make the
I think I said
TE shorter because you already know what you need to do.
Okay, Tara, I want to point that out to you. I wanted to bring to the attention of all the committee members before I forget the committee of awards that here's a way to introduce into the dialogue regarding the possible candidates what you call a specific named useful action, and I want to give notification of said notation regarding one Josh. I went and I got his amphetamine containing inhaler suggestion, and I got a 3-pack of them. I got this, which is called calcium carbonate, and this supposedly makes speed that you take kick in stronger. Each of these has 50.
What is that
milligrams of
again?
speed.
What's the pills?
It's just roll it like Tums, but he said get calcium carbonate variety of antacid, and if you eat like 10 of these before you take your speed pills, then it causes them to work better and become.
Don't do that every time,
Okay,
or else your body will stop producing your pH balance. My ex-wife's dad has to take that Tums all the fucking time now.
Goodbye, senor.
And he constantly gets heart.
Thanks a lot for stopping by. Thanks for making the flight video with me. Appreciated it.
We'll have to do some.
Keep on bringing the S, motherfucker.
Do some SI stuff next time with the bikes.
Okay, cool. That's SE
You're
stuff.
You're gonna scrapbook.
All right, so yeah, these each supposedly have 50 milligrams. I did not bring myself to eat one of the cottons yet, but I will at some hard time when I'm.
Can we do it during a video?
Yeah, we could. We could record that for sure.
All right, cool.
But
So
not
you
right
will
now.
actually do it.
ENTPs are
Of
down
course.
with being guinea pigs for their own theories.
Look,
And we
Josh done
expect
it.
the same
Oh.
agreeableness out of you guys.
Some random INTP told him it would work.
It says right here on it. It says exactly what he said is in it. It says lev met amphetamine with an F, not a PH.
Yeah,
Does
but
it say
Josh-
anywhere not to consume for its unintended purposes?
Like this, let me see. I don't know. It's got small print on it. It's hard to see.
And Josh also said it would mess up your stomach.
Josh also said that after a day and a half, it doesn't taste too bad giving a dude a blowjob. A day and a half of not showering. So, I mean, just because Josh says it doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, look, I'm not saying I want to start feasting upon nasal inhaler cotton. Okay?
But wouldn't that be a fun habit for somebody to get?
That would be gross.
It would
But
be
I'm
fun
just-
to observe.
I'm going to consider different ways of getting the speed out of this, maybe. I have to think about it a little bit. I bet if you let it dry out, first of all, it'll
No.
lose its mentholiness.
And you can't digest it either.
I know someone who I can talk to. He works at Harvard. He's the smartest retard I know.
Well, anyway, I will think about this because it should be the case that letting it air out won't cause the speed part to go away, but it would cause the minty mentholiness to go away.
Are you sure about that?
Right.
He's not sure about that. The other thing about speed is it doesn't always age well. So do you really want to expose it to a process that is aging?
Probably I should just eat it. Like Josh, I could just try it once. But
You could put it on a peanut butter sandwich like it's shrooms.
It's your speed. It's packed individually, right? Every pill has its own. Yeah,
You could try
all
smoking
pills.
it.
It's true, Susie. The pills each are 15 milligrams of Adderall or whatever, but this has within it a total of 50 milligrams of that stuff. And I'm sure if you just inhale it, it doesn't get you that speeded up, probably.
I know. I'm just making a point out of it shouldn't be left in air and then consumed, assuming you will get any effect of it.
That's a good point. See, that's a physical reality trumping our metaphysical hypotheses.
I'm not saying my metaphysical realities are always right. I'm saying it's as valid a means of understanding what's more real as any other. And each system of thought has some unsatisfying results.
You are being super arbitrary right now.
Yeah, and wrong, because you
About
were wrong
what?
in that instance.
How about what?
Your metaphysical reality was not nearly as good as her observation of the physical one.
I know, she won that one.
Okay,
And he's still gonna do it.
But
he's
it's
still going to do it.
Well, the fact that I can't air it out first doesn't change the fact that I still want to take the speed, right?
I'm poking his SI.
I mean, look, I'm just
It's
saying.
wrong over here. It's wrong over here.
What? Okay, but hold on a second.
Huh?
The church thing, that Circle 6.
What
I'm
thing?
asking you that.
What thing?
Sure, Wednesday.
Oh, I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to church.
You told me last week.
Did I go to church?
No, what kind of started?
Oh, I don't know. I can text him. Okay. Anyways,
Okay, my point is this. It's simply this. This thing definitely does have 50 milligrams of some kind of speed in it. It's believable what he says. And I know this much, that I've taken drugs, I've done lots of different gross ass shit for drugs that make sure the drugs get in me. Like going across the carpet and look for bits of meth on the floor to pick up, to no problem. I'll put that shit straight in my mouth. Let me just gum this.
Did you use a
right next to the
flashlight?
dog shit. I don't care.
Were you using a flashlight at home, or were you like waiting for your dealer to go take a piss so you could look for carpet candy?
No, flashlight at home, doing the full inspection. Like, okay, I'm fiending. I am sprung as hell, but I just finished the last of my speed.
Left to right, front to back, we're clearing this room.
And you end up with a lot of speed. And you're doing that for a while because you keep eating as you go along, and then you
It's
keep
like-
eating more sprung. And then
It's like getting high on edibles and then getting the munchies.
it's like
And so you
getting
eat more of the
high on
edibles.
tweaking itself. It's getting high on tweaking out on nothing itself.
It is the ultimate lapse. It's the ultimate non-productive productive activity.
And what ends up in your mouth? Dear Lord, who only knows. I don't know. It's like you can't always necessarily smoke it. You know you don't want to risk necessarily smoking it because you have some little bits of other shit in there.
Eric,
And that other shit will
So you
contaminate
eat it?
So you just eat it.
Another point where your metaphysical framework is way worse than the physical framework. I would smoke
kissing gross.
things before I eat them if I didn't know what they were.
Not me.
It's like
I know.
dog poo is completely okay, but kissing, no.
Like I haven't done that with meth in a long time. Okay.
But that is
But
the wrongness you're using
prefer
to
to-
justify this one.
Why would you prefer to eat some carpet mystery instead of smoke it?
Because my tender.
You don't want to
lungs-
smoke that because you don't know what the fuck it is. So you'll eat
Listen, I have tender lungs. Okay.
But what if you burn the cotton?
What do you burn? What cotton?
Smoke it.
Smoke the inhaler? Okay, well, this is a perfect example, Taylor. Would you rather smoke the inhaler cotton or would you rather eat the inhaler cotton?
You could smoke it, and that would be less gross.
Would it?
Fuck yes.
I mean, they smoking all that menthol, all that everything that's in there.
There is nothing grosser that you could do with something gross than put it on your tongue and swallow it.
I don't know, dude. I don't think so. And you don't want to do either with something gross, but smoking something seems like it's more likely to poison you or something.
But then
No,
it's
it
just
doesn't.
menthol.
It seems much more like, I don't know. Somebody who would,
First of all,
I'm going to start booting people if my internet doesn't get unfucked.
First of all, how long would it take to smoke a whole inhaler cotton? It'd be awful. What are you gonna do? Pull bong rips of it?
Yeah, but you said
Yeah,
there's
it gets filtered through the water instead of through your digestive tract.
Okay, well, still, you're gonna put bong rips of inhaler cotton before you'll eat it. Really?
No, I would eat it first because it's quicker.
Also, it's sterile. It's medicine. You know.
Right. That's not good logic either.
It doesn't have poop on it.
It probably doesn't have poop. That's true.
Taylor, you know the rule. It's okay to eat if it doesn't have poop on it.
What you're saying is it's okay to get high by any means necessary. Normal sanitation procedures do not apply to drugs.
Well, here's something I won't do and never have done is huffing shit. I don't huff shit because that seems awful.
Because you have you seen people huff?
It just doesn't seem like it's supposed to be a drug. It's like a chemical.
They don't look like they're having fun, and it doesn't look like it's long lasting. So your extroverted intuition is not finding a lot of use for this.
Yes, I don't do that. I've never done that. It seems.
I did it once, and it's not worth anything. Yeah, you can skip it.
So anyway, I gotta go. I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work
Well,
like a jerk.
My
Oh, I gotta
internet's
stop this
fucking
video.
up.
I
gotta
forgot
go
we were
fix
having.
that.
All right, bye everybody. Thanks. being here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. And if you do forget to eat plenty of cheese, you can always make it up by eating extra cheese tomorrow. Thank you all for being here. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
See ya.
So you ever walk into a room full of kindergartners and just want to kill them all?
Nope.
Hi, Nick.
Yo. How y'all be doing?
Pretty good.
So, I watched some of those videos. What was the reasoning for giving me most TE? Did you see that?
Most
Or-
FE, wasn't it?
They broke them down further into categories, and I got most TE. I saw a different video that was totally out of order later on.
Oh, I guess I didn't see that one then.
I think you got most TI or something like that.
Yeah, I got most TI, and no other names were even mentioned. That was kind of funny.
Oh, it's funny. Well, maybe you can share some of yours with me.
Yeah, trade some TI for some FE or something.
I can work that out. Oh, this FE was hard to get.
Yeah.
I'll give some any though for sure to anybody who wants it.
I have enough.
I know. I have an abundance of any to give away. Then my TI will work better. I know that's the problem.
Are you sure about that? Yeah, that might be true.
No, I'm not sure at all. Did y'all have a good day?
Yeah, uneventful, but still.
This was the best day I've had in a very long time.
Anything special?
I slept.
Is that the reason?
I think so.
That's
That's
good.
I woke up on a high note. Hi, Audra.
Hey, I'm assuming you couldn't see or hear me before.
No.
Okay, well, never mind then.
What was it?
I was occasionally commenting. I don't remember.
Didn't it?
Huh?
Man. I love my office. Look how sweet that thing is. That's a nice building. Mark.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It was really nice is how satisfied the patients are.
Makes it easier.
Oh, it's rewarding. I've also turned morale around like a bajillion. Like I feel like a leader.
That's good.
It's very good.
Was it after that woman quit?
Yeah. Well, and then I actually did stuff. I had one-on-one meetings with everybody, and tomorrow I told everybody we're having a company meeting, which I should probably prepare for, but I gave one lady a raise, huge raise, 20%.
That's good.
20% increase.
Did she expect it?
No.
Even better.
Yeah. We'd be in trouble without her, though.
That's the reason.
It's the reason what?
I mean, give her more so you're more likely to keep her.
It's a reason a lot of times, but no. It's if someone's creating value, then they're valuable. And if you're not paying for if you're not willing to pay to have something valuable like that, then I think you're an asshole. You're a schmuck.
That's true.
So she produces a lot of value, therefore she needs to be paid accordingly.
Yeah, that's good.
And part of it is she works, I mean, maybe it's even a little bit of, I don't know. I've made a lot of money. I've been paid lots of money, and I don't make that money now. I'm gonna make a lot more, and it's like almost like when I hear $25 an hour or something, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so little pay. But people think that's a lot, you know. And I thought her pay was. I figured out how much she got paid. I was like, what? And she does this, 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 and this. I've made 3 times that by doing nothing. Other than
What did she earn? Like minimum wage?
No. $25 an hour.
Oh, that was her pay.
Actually, I wasn't trying to reference that. It just happened. Probably because it was subconsciously there. But yeah, it was her pay. Now she makes 30 though. So that sounds better. I had like 5 things I was gonna do, and I just like, I don't want to do any of that shit, so I'm not going to. I just came out here and sat on here and went on here, but now I'm thinking about, now it's starting to actually stress me out. The problem is I got deep on the website and then I scrapped the whole thing.
It's usually the third iteration of things like that.
Scrapped the whole thing, except the "this is personal" line. Fucking love that. Fucking love it. I need minions.
You need
Y'all do.
minions?
I hired an assistant, and then she ended up being like something. I had her do something different now. She still kind of does it, but she's not a very helpful assistant. But it's not her fault. I think I expect too much from an assistant. Like, I'd have to train an assistant